despite corporate suits that think you need to subscribe to their latest subscription model, being a photographer is about taking photos, not generate them. What's scary to me as a photographer with a master's and over 20 years experience is that photography is barely taught anymore. And that is what we do on this channel. Go put this to work right now on any photo. I promise you're going to see results. Whether you're shooting weddings or portraits or streets or landscape, blues are invading all of your photos. It's just the way blue light interacts with the world around us. If you watched my video from a few weeks ago about drop color, we learned how much greens and oranges are affecting our photos. And that video kind of blew up on my channel because it was such simple, straightforward technique that will absolutely transform your life in photography. But today's video might be just as important. I want you to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give you an extra special tip in how you manage your blues and that they don't have to be as rigid as you think. There's way more blue being absorbed than we realize. Blue is a weird, tricky color that kind of absorbs into everything around you. Let's take this award winner I got down on the Oregon coast. I want to reset to the raw file on this. Look at this raw file. It seems super flat, but I actually correctly used shadow and exposure and zones like I talk about in my workshops. I did manual edits. I used natural HDR4 presets to help really dial in that balance. I used some masks. But what I want you to take note of here is that even in this photo with all this water, the blue channel has been pulled down. Film was kind of like our preset. It gave us these great baselines. It still does. That's why I start almost all of my edits with film preset. But don't think that these secrets I'm giving you about colors work are restricted in any way to trying to make your photos look like film. These apply to everything. We have a lot of blue and a lot of orange. It's a great combination. You see it used in Hollywood all the time. But it's naturally occurring here. We have sunset and we have this blue water, but it's actually still very blue. Even though I'm negative 26 on the blue channel saturation. Do not go up here and just turn main saturation or vibrance up or down. This is all about channels. Take this blue and drop it a little more. I want you to watch as I take this all the way to 0. Look how much blue is in this photo. You see how much that blue is affecting the rocks and the shadows and everything around it. This looks so saturated, but actually I just set the blue back to 0 where most people would normally have it. I want to run this at about minus 50 blue, which seems like I'm desaturating a ton, but it's actually just giving me a natural balance so that the water feels like it should. I don't want to go all the way to 0 because then you start getting this weird selective color kind of thing. Dragging the blue slider all the way to 0 is a really good exercise to start to understand and visualize just how crazy much blues are affecting your photo. Here is a portrait. You can see my sliders are zeroed out. I'm going to push exposure up about 2/3 of a stop just to brighten us up a little bit here. And then on this one, I am going to start with a film look, which is normally how I will edit. Now, this is an accurate Portra 160. My Portra 160 preset is available in my free Filmic presets pack along with classic negative. I'll put a link to that in the description as well, because as always, a lot of the examples I'm showing you that you can do manually are actually already being integrated into the tools and presets and actions and stuff that I make. That's why they're so good, because they have decades of experience behind them. Go download that free pack in the comments to see this at work. Probably don't look at this and think, wow, there's a lot of blue here. And yet, again, there's way more than we realize. Let's go down to here and you can see that to get the accurate Portra 160 look, I'm actually already pulling down the blues. Let's zero those out again just for fun. Blues are reflecting almost everywhere, inside and outside. And the way they absorb into our digital sensors is usually pretty strong. You may not have known this, but in the first days of photography, blue was actually a problem with chemicals as well, because it absorbed more into it, which is why a lot of really, really early photography, the blue skies are blown out. Watch what happens if I turn down the blue channel. Look how much the dress and the surrounding areas change. Whoa, let's turn up the blue. Look how much blue we're actually getting in those shadows on the ground. and in the dress. So when you drop the blue to 20, 30, 40 points down, what you get is much more natural grays and gradients that aren't being polluted by surrounding blue light. This is again why I usually start with a film preset, even if I end up going another direction like HDR or something like that. It gives me this baseline that I know is representative of something organic and real. It's not about a hipster fad. It's about really understanding the colors, the shadows, and the nuances of my photo without getting distracted by all the colors being pushed up. You want to focus on the colors that are actually important in your photo. It doesn't mean you can't have blue. If you have blue as an important color in the photo, you can work with it. And I'm going to give you some more tips of that at the end. I love the color blue, but blue is absorbing all over in our photos, even where it shouldn't be. Notice this street photo here. It's completely raw. It's pretty neutral. It looks pretty good. But before I even edit it, I just want to do the blue channel up and down. Look how much blue is affecting this photo. If I turn it down, the photo almost looks black and white. If I turn it up, of course, it just looks ugly. Now, that doesn't mean I can't edit with blue accents like we often see in movies. Let me go to something like my Power Workflow to exhibit that point. If I apply the blue-orange preset in Power Workflow, you can see that there's this strong blue cast, right? And yet, that cast is being made by how we mix colors overall. This preset is actually still pulling down the blue channel because the blue channel absorbing into all the grays and midtones and shadows and blacks is generally a bad thing. So I can actually apply a cool bluish preset where it's mixing warm and cool in this example. And I can turn my blues way down and still actually get a really good edit from here to here. This same rule applies to your blue skies in your landscapes. A lot of people, when they edit and they're working with things, they think, oh, I want bright blue skies. Look what's actually happening to those skies when we turn the blues up. They just get ugly and terrible. The skies are actually much more natural when I go a little negative on the blue. Here is a top secret thing that most photographers are not doing. I almost always pull the blues down. Here's yet another example where we have a nice warm sunset lit model combining with this blue lingerie. This particular one is using a Vision 250 kind of process. It's very shadowy, very rich, and we're still getting these blues on the clothing. Where's the blue channel at? The blue channel's at minus 25. Now there's not a lot of blue in this scene. We could start turning it up, but look what's happening to the nails and how it's affecting the shadows. Blues come out everywhere, especially in neutral colors and in shadows. So I'm actually getting a better photo by keeping my blues dialed down, and it's not taking away the blue of the actual clothing because there's a lot of blue in that. You'll also see this a lot in hair. If you pull back the blue, you'll see that blue cast quickly disappear from the hair and you'll get a much more natural. Look at how much blue is in these shorts, but these are black shorts. Why do we want blue light reflecting in them? Again, when we pull down the blues, we get that more neutral black and gray combination that should be representative of that outfit. You can, of course, do this on a local level. You can do masking and do this. You can go into Photoshop and do this. You can do this in Capture One. You can do this in Photo Raw. Wherever you go, you can control these color channels, just like I showed you in the color drop method with greens and oranges. I do want to throw in one tip at the end though, and that's that you don't have to stop at just the saturation of the blues. Blues are not an absolute. Cameras don't see them all the same. Eyes don't see them all the same. Now, if you look at this here, here's my baseline of this photo, right? And if I go to something like Provia as a starting point, it looks good. It kind of fits that sunset mood. Let me reset this again. Now let's go to that accurate Portra 160 look. Look how much teal is coming out in these blues. And this is actually done this way to stay as true to the film as possible. If we go down to hue here, you can see that we can turn the blues more toward teal or more toward blue. One is not necessarily good or bad. In this case, I think I like a little more blue sky, and it kind of blends everything together better. But a lot of times adding a little bit of teal into the blues will make the blues feel more soft and rich and natural. So don't be afraid to go to the hues of the blue slider. And yes, this can transition over a little bit into aqua, into purple, so you can play with those as well. And the luminance values of the blue. Again, a lot of times people want to turn this down because they want to rich blue sky, but it quickly gets this weird artifacty look. Typically, if you turn blues down, it should be just a little bit. And here's the secret: while most people are turning blues down, sometimes you actually do want to turn blues up a little bit. So that final trick is, don't just turn the saturation down at the blues. Take your best photos and play around a little bit with the hue and the luminance values of the blues to get it dialed in exactly for the look you want. Every trick I've shown you today, you're going to be seeing used across all of my own presets and tools, including the free ones you can download on the site. So check those out if you do nothing else. Let me know in the comments what you think. Blues are your next step. They're going to change the nuances that most people aren't even seeing, and they're going to give you this beautiful control over the tonality. Get out there and do it. All right, you guys, peace, and we'll see you on the next one.